News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
July 26th. We hope you had a wonderful couple days of storms. I'm Deanna O'Donnell, and this is KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. Well, the storms that moved through the Pahrump Valley Sunday night and this morning have left widespread damage in their wake.
The first major storm of the season to move through Pahrump barreled through the valley around 10:30 Sunday night. While that storm brought with it some heavy rainfall, the wind was the bigger problem. In some areas, wind gusts as high as 64 miles per hour are reported, and the central portion of Pahrump seems to have sustained the greatest damage. Trees were uprooted, landing on vehicles and structures, and the winds caused a lot of structural damage, including this home, the roof of which was partially ripped off, and a wall that was seriously damaged. Roof shingles and tiles proved no match for the strong winds. Other structures were also damaged, including this greenhouse and this garden shed, and the wind proved too much for some fences, including this one, partially made of brick. A number of vehicles were also reported to have been damaged, most by falling or blowing debris. The heavy rain last night also caused flooding and washed debris onto the roadways in more vulnerable areas like the intersection of Highway 160 and Basin and near Highway 160 and 372. A number of Valley Electric customers were also left in the dark as falling trees took down power lines and poles. Crews had already begun to clean up that mess this morning before the next storm rolled through just before noon today, and that would prove to be even worse. While the winds were not as fierce as last night, the torrential rain caused massive flooding valley-wide. Some weather spotters reported 1¼ inches of rain fell in just 45 minutes. The National Weather Service says a total of nearly 2 inches of rain fell in 3 hours. Too much for the ground to absorb, water quickly raced to the valley floor, flooding streets and roadways, leading to numerous water rescues, most involving people in vehicles that had become stuck in rising waters. Many roads were closed, and debris that had washed across roadways made some impassable. At the same time, Valley Electric was dealing with a number of utility issues, including low-hanging wires, downed poles, and utility poles at risk of collapse from floodwaters that had eroded the ground around them. At AutoZone on South Frontage Road, deputies reported floodwaters racing across the parking lot had caused some vehicles to slide into each other. Major intersections were under more than a foot of water. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and auxiliary members were dispatched across the valley to assist motorists stranded in floodwaters and to help block off roads that were deemed too dangerous to travel. At one point, the Sheriff's Office was advising everyone to stay off the roads until the flooding subsided. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue was also called into action for numerous calls, again, most to assist people caught off guard by the fast-rising water. Those water rescues continued throughout the afternoon. We've also had reports of numerous homes and businesses sustaining serious water damage. The silver lining in all of this is that the wet weather is expected to move out of the area overnight, giving us a chance to dry out midweek. However, another round of potentially wet weather returns by next weekend.
And the Nye County offices did close today because of flooding in that area off of Calvada Boulevard. There was several businesses that have been affected and are currently closed so that they could either clean up the water damage or get repairs done. Well, there's been one confirmed death related to COVID-19 reported, a resident of Pahrump. And it's important to remember that COVID deaths generally correspond to cases diagnosed up to 5 weeks ago. There are 85 new COVID-19 positive cases here in Nye County since Monday, July 19th, reported and confirmed, with one in Amargosa Valley and the remainder here in Pahrump. Well, there's been 3,174 confirmed cases of COVID-19 positive test results county-wide since the first reported case in March of 2020. Nye County has the third highest test positivity rate in the state at 18.2%. As part of a public health initiative called Vax Nevada Days, the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, in partnership with Immunize Nevada, will give away $5 million in cash and prizes to nearly 2,000 Nevada residents who have initiated the COVID-19 vaccine process. Every Nevadan 12 years or older who has had at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine will automatically be entered. For more information, you can go to vaxnevadadays.org. A vaccine clinic will resume this Wednesday, July 28th, and be held each Wednesday through July and August from 7 a.m. until 11 a.m. at the Nye County Health Nurse's office located at 1981 East Calvada Boulevard. That's the Health and Human Services building. They have all three vaccines, the Pfizer, Moderna, and one-dose Janssen. You can call 775-751-7070 for an appointment. In Tonopah, the community health nurse will host a walk-in COVID-19 vaccine clinic on Tuesday, July 27th from noon until 4:30 at their office located at 1 Frankie Street, and that is in Tonopah. You can call 775-482-6659 for more information. There is no appointment required for that, and they do have all 3 of the vaccines as well. And for more information, you can go to Nevada COVID Fighter website for additional vaccination options. Well, if you've ever wanted to learn about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, here's your chance. Mix It Up Academy is holding some entry-level classes here in Pahrump. Robert Wilson says the introductory classes this week will provide a great opportunity for learning more about this sport.
We're going to have some intro classes on the 27th and 29th at 5:30. And we're going to have classes for all ages, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And also we're going to have kickboxing as well. Pastor John called me up. It's been a while since we've had classes out here, and he offered the facility to us, and we jumped on it. I started teaching when I was a blue belt. That was probably about 12 years ago. I've been training since 2003. I'm a first degree black belt. I still train. I love jiu-jitsu. It's really helped me out. My whole family trains, and we just want to share it with everybody here in Pahrump. We're going to start out with ages 9 and up. If you've trained before, come on down. If not, that's fine too. My wife's going to help me. She's a brown belt. I'm a first degree black belt, and we can get everybody together. Different heights, different weights, different ages. That's fine. It's $80 a month, and we are going to be offering family discounts. It's going to be 8 classes of jiu-jitsu and 8 classes of kickboxing. We'll be here Tuesdays and Thursday evenings at 5:30. If you guys want to come on down in person. Also, we have a Facebook page. If you want to get a hold of us on Facebook, you can go on there and get information, send us a message, and we'll get back that way. And then, like I said, on Tuesday and Thursday, the 27th and 29th, we're going to have a free intro classes where we're going to show some basic techniques. We'll do Q&A, it'll be a good introduction. And then if people want to sign up, then they can. And if they miss that time, we'll be here starting August 3rd, which is on a Tuesday. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30. They can come down anytime and sign up.
Well, that seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. Robert has been an instructor here for many years in Pahrump. For more information about the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes, you can visit Mix It Up Academy on Facebook at Mix It Up Academy LLC. We'll return right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
An alleged domestic abuse incident leads to the arrest of a man after Nye County officers interviewed the victim and her father.
According to a report, Nye County Sheriff's officers responded to a call to meet an alleged victim of domestic abuse and her father at the lobby of the Longstreet Inn and Casino. During the interview, the victim described incidents of abuse, including her allegedly being strangled by Christopher McDonald. According to the report, the officer was able to take photo evidence of the bruises and other injuries of the alleged abuse, which included fingernail scratches on her neck from the alleged strangulation that the victim described and many other bruises to her upper body. The victim also described incidents where Mr. McDonald destroyed her means of communication and threatened to hurt her animals if she left. The victim provided a written statement for the officers and was also able to provide information regarding a firearm that she had purchased that was still on the property that she shared with Mr. McDonald. Nye County Sheriff's deputies were able to place Christopher McDonald into custody without incident and were able to locate the firearm previously described by the victim. Christopher McDonald is charged with domestic battery by strangulation, intimidating a witness to influence testimony, false imprisonment, owning or possessing a gun by a prohibited person, and intercepting or delaying a message via telephone.
All right, thanks for Nick for that report. Well, enjoying a meal at a summer cookout is fun, but spending the evening in the bathroom isn't. Food that isn't kept at a safe temperature can grow bacteria and make us sick. Cleveland Clinic dietitian Julia Zampano says some summertime staples are more susceptible to bacteria growth than others.
Meats and dairy products and any form of animal product, or salads that might be made with a sauce that may contain egg yolks, like a mayonnaise-based pasta salad or macaroni salad, egg salad. Any of those things are particularly more dangerous.
Zumpano says food that's meant to be kept cold or hot is of particular concern because it can be difficult to maintain the appropriate temperature. Food left out too long at room temperature or warmer can cause bacteria like Salmonella or E. coli to grow. Most importantly, she says you'll want to avoid the temperature danger zone between 40 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the range bacteria grows most rapidly. Hot dishes should be kept at or above 140 degrees. Cold items need to be at or below 40 degrees, and food should never be left out longer than 2 hours.
If it's been sitting out for about 2 hours, go ahead and discard it and replace it. Serving foods in shallow containers, so you're only serving a very small amount, and then keeping the rest in the appropriate temperature in the fridge or the oven, and then replenishing as much as you can.
Zumpano says you'll also want to keep your hands, surfaces, and utensils clean to avoid cross-contamination of items, especially when it comes to raw meat.
Thanks to Brad Francis for that report. Well, we've been telling everybody about the show Small Town News that is airing on HBO, and that's starting August 2nd. And it's going to air at 6 p.m. on HBO Max. If you have HBO, you can, of course, watch it at that time. They're going to run 2 episodes every Monday for the next 3 Mondays in a row. But we are inviting people, if you would like to come see it, at Artesian Cellars, and that is Monday, August 2nd. They're having a little event at 5 p.m. and then the show starts at 6, but you need to give them a call at Artesian Cellars to reserve your spot, and because there is limited space there. So 775, and the number is 600-7144. That's 775-600-7144. We'll be back right after this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. So glad you could be with us. Well, the pandemic silenced many student band rooms across the country, but one New Orleans band director is helping students make up for lost time. Monica Pierre reports.
The best high school marching bands can take the field and make it look easy. The sound, precision, concentration. Wilbert Rollins has been teaching high school band for 28 years. He says he's noticed some students coming from middle school struggling when they enter his band room. He worries about the impact the pandemic will have on students' skill level and confidence.
I decided to maybe have this camp so that I could not only help some of the students that are going to be coming into my program, but see if I can actually help every program by taking these kids now, rising ninth graders, teaching them the basic fundamentals of music, and also elevating their thinking levels to high school band, because it's much different than middle school band.
Asia Jackson, who also sings, admits to feeling nervous on day one, but has noticed improvement.
Band has really boosted my confidence more, and it's made me be able to push my voice and push my breathing with band has gotten way better.
Renee Watson Jr. says there are several reasons why he enjoys participating in summer band camp.
I like coming to this camp because I meet a lot of new people and like a lot of new friends and stuff. And mostly it's because this is something that I found that I can do that can take me along for the rest of my life.
Wilbert Rollins is not only an instructor but a motivator. He says band lessons are life lessons.
Success is where preparation meets opportunity, you know? So once you prepare for something and you get an opportunity to showcase it, that's when you can truly be successful.
Monica Pierre reporting.
Thanks so much, Monica. I love to see those bands out there. Well, his name is Doug, and he's super cute and very furry. Darby O'Donnell introduces us to him when she stopped by Desert Haven Animal Society.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Doug. Doug is a beautiful cat. He's a 1-year-old domestic medium hair. He has beautiful coloring. It's kind of like a little bit of like a marble kind of thing where he has black and gray and beiges and white, and he's just so pretty. His tail is like enchanting to watch because it's like floats and it's like so subtle, and he doesn't have like the sharp movements to it. He's actually really cute because he's very short, almost like he's like kind of a bit of a dwarf, but he's not. He's so adorable. If you want to come and see Doug or any of his cat friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, they are only closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, so they're open 5 days a week, including the weekends, and they're available for viewing from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., and you do not need to make an appointment anymore. So just go and come on in. Desert Haven Animal Society, they're on Siri Lane behind the Nye County Courthouse. You can give them a call if you would like at 775-751-7020, or you can always look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
John Kohler staring out the Lerner and Rowe weather window. Look at this lake out here on the corner of 372 and Highway 160. Some crazy weather we've had. We'll tell you a complete report when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Flood much? Good golly, what is going on today? There's some crazy rains like we have not seen, like 100-year storms out here in Nye County. Up and down the state, it's looking pretty weird too. Look at Fernley Fallon, 101, 103 degrees. Carson City close behind at 95, but pretty much 86 degrees from Tonopah all the way down to Amargosa. Las Vegas, you're doing a little better at 90 degrees and some flooding out there, boy. Death Valley, 97 degrees, or as we call it, the new Lake Havasu. Flooding there, terrible stuff. Here in the rain-soaked, flood-afflicted perdition of Pahrump. Let's take a look. It's currently 80 degrees. 80 degrees, cloudy skies. Humidity is 62%. Wendy, are we underwater? What is going on? Pretty much we are. Sun rose this morning at 5:46 a.m. Setting this evening just shy of 8 o'clock, 7:54 p.m. We'll see some beautiful skies and the promise of a new day tomorrow as the sun sets at 7:54. Looking forward to the humidity, 65%. You think we'd have some clouds tomorrow, but look, behold, no. Looks like it's all clearing out tonight. Might be another rain event that'll be shocking and interesting as the evening progresses to clear it all out, but it looks like we got clear skies tomorrow. Temperatures returning to trim, about 96 degrees and 100 degrees next couple days as we head towards the weekend, Friday and Saturday. Looks like we're going to be getting some more rain, so if you want to fill up some sandbags on the way into your next weekend, that might not be a too terrible idea in retrospect. Let's think about that. Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
You know, I spent 2 hours watering my plants yesterday morning. I just want to put that out there. I did speak to John O'Brien, who has his weather center here on Homestead and Game Bird Road, who told us that we might be having a repeat of this next week. So we'll keep an eye on that, of course. And I've been getting photos from everybody. They've been posting on our local Pahrump page where we ask people to post their storm photos. You can find that and post your storm photos if you'd like to. But some of the photos that are of note is one of the ones about the Justin Levitt skate park right there in Ian Deutsch Memorial Park, which is now the Justin Levitt swimming pool. It's completely filled with water, and I'm sure that they will get Public Works down there and rectify that, of course. And some of the rescues that the Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue had to conduct today, and that was people who were stuck in their vehicles who they actually had to rescue out of their cars because they were submerged in water. And we appreciate all of our first responders out there who've been going all day and all night and working just around the clock. It's amazing what they've been doing, including the Public Works Department, of course, all of our fire and rescue and our police out there. And some of the most shocking, I think I saw, was one of our oldest houses here in town and that was damaged by a tree falling on it last night in some of their vehicles there, and that was Roy Mankin's mom's house. And so I hope everybody recovers from this, and I know that there's a lot of damage out there, and please be safe. Good night.